Hey, I'm here to give you feedback on your run. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to DM me directly or ping me in your RIP thread. So, based off of what Motto and Crank were saying in your RIP thread, I'll just add on to it just because it seems like both of their feedback wasn't given with a ton of intentionality. Can't see the spike. There's the spike. I think it's in this chunk over here. One of these two. This chunk or that chunk still. Oh, that kind of tips me off into that it's in that chunk right there, though. So what Motto was saying in terms of like you don't need the last scan, he is right, but he's like half right because you need to find the BT. That's first and foremost, right? So like you did end up needing it because without the BT scan, you just don't have a run fundamentally. However, where he is right is that you could work on becoming cleaner in finding BTs. Yeah. I also see right here, Crank is like, don't stand right on top of the block. Swim, like to swim one block less. The thing with that is if you hold like your like forward key while like facing straight down, you'll actually get some air bubbles in that, so it doesn't even matter. Like you buy yourself the same amount of time essentially. So. Good placement. Yeah, they were talking about the flint thing. I think if you can get it off / remember, that's great. If not, whatever. Yeah. Crafting error. Yeah, this crafting could be a lot cleaner. Work on consistency, not necessarily speed. And what they were saying with the inventory sorting, oh, is that for crafting inventory though? Yeah, I kind of disagree with them then. I think the flint's nice, but yeah, you could have definitely have placed it. I think that the crafting is very, very important though. Like the time save associated with getting a extra flint chance compared to the like crafting consistency is I think crafting is more important than getting an extra flint, honestly. If you can get it, you can get it. If not, whatever. Wait, did you put anything in this? What was said here? Nope, never mind. It's just motto and yep. Yeah, like you'd still have to dig there, so I just don't think that it's like super duper necessary. Obviously do it if you can, but if not, I don't think it's as big of a deal. 2x1 could definitely be faster. I think it's fine though. Obviously. Yeah, like Motto was saying, craft your FNS on the way down. Just get sucked by some magma. Cool. I think it's like more important that you find the spike there. Don't know what is going on with the 22. Yeah, 22 just doesn't matter that much. Like the spike's gonna be there regardless. I'd rather be like understanding where the spike is, because the spike's gonna be there regardless, and you almost miss it. Crank actually has a huge call out. You're at 96. You need to look down more. And also, you end up doing exactly what I was talking about, or what I was thinking on, like, with the thin actually being a really good option here. In terms of just, like, more accurate bastion finding than the 30 FOV. I also think that this is perfectly fine sub 10 pace. So long as you can, like, get there... Probably sub 3. I can't tell where the bastion is, but it just seems like you're going on this weird line. Oh, is that it right there? Yeah, that's it right there. Like, there. Like, this is faster, and you don't have to, like, fuck around with this. I think that your movement could be a lot cleaner in this run, especially here. Because if I'm looking at it from behind, now knowing where it is... I feel like you can just continue straight. Yeah, no, like, straight through there is an even better option. Like, yeah, I think you fumbled your terrain nav here, honestly. I think that this is incorrect routing. Oh, wait, never mind. I don't know why I thought the thing was over there. Whoopsies. Hold on, I swear to God you left something valuable. Nope, never mind. Nice chalice overlap. You have a lot of, I'm gonna get super nitpicky for a second. I think that you're missing a lot of opportunity on this, what is it? Just like save micro time in, like, making sure that this chalice goes well. So I'll start from here. I personally prefer mining the top blocks more because of what's about to happen, like right now, or not now, right here. So if you just mine all the top ones, there's 0% that any of the top blocks fall off like this. However, because you're like, your feet are in line with it, right? However, since it's like this, now that's fallen off. And a pig could get to it, right? So that's just really unlucky, unfortunate. Call me crate. Hold on. There's a triple there, right? Yeah, that's a triple. Take this terrain to it. Yeah, you have gold armor. You have terrain. You just do like right side Thanos. I can't remember the dude's name. You basically hippity hop your ass over here and enter into the back of the triple because you have terrain to it, and that's just faster than most other things, especially if you have a dude here. And Crank is right. You can just straight up like tank a hit and ignore the guy. Yeah. And that also like does top hole better, because top hole is just probably the better route in most scenarios. However, more food is usually nice. Also, in exposed backsides of bridge like this, you can just... I can't remember the name of the route either, but you can basically just like enter bottom hole from over here if bottom hole is your like standard operating procedure route. By the way, top hole is usually better for that guy over there. Also, you missed a crossbow. No, don't eat. You're wasting saturation. Like, yeah, you have 3 pork chop, but you can also... And 2 salmon. I guess it's not that huge of a deal, actually, but... Still. Clearing inventory. Yeah. Don't be afraid to throw away fire res. That's fine. What are you crafting right now? You just don't... You could do that at any other point, dude. I'm gonna be so honest. Unless you're out here, which I can't tell because of this. Like, I think you are just totally fine to leave. Good. Yeah, I could have crafted a bed, diamond pick, yeah, all of that. Also, I'm mentioning this now just because I noticed it. You can throw out your FNS, like, as soon as you get into the portal. Like, you really don't need it at any other point unless you prefer FNS over fire charges. Just because, like, even for TNT Bastion routes, like, buttons are probably the better option there most of the time. Just because of zombie pigs and stuff. But what they were saying on the, what is it? Inventory management is pretty yikes. crafting stuff like that just doesn't matter as much if you don't have places for stuff to go. Yeah, also having a standard hotbar is like a part of inventory management. Like, I usually have fire res, pearls, soul sand, gravel. I also ditch my overworld blocks just because of how many blocks you get overall in bastions. And then forts, by the way, depending on if you blaze bed, blaze TNT, or mine the spawner, whatever. But you, regardless, just have a ton of blocks for the rest of the run. So, well, what happened here? Let's look. Oops. Hello? Okay, so you place that, then you fall through. Okay. Yeah. Unlucky, you held, like, going back too much, or for too long, and that's why you fell here. Basically all you have to do is tap it, and then also make sure that you're going forward, so that way you don't do this. I don't see why you couldn't just hit that guy regardless. He's totally within critting range, and he'll get knocked behind, like knocked onto that, so you'll just have really good damage on that guy regardless. And you definitely save yourself from a heart and a half of damage. When you're on ledges and blocks like this, just doing what's called a drop crit would be a very good idea. Where you basically just fall the block, and while you're falling, you can actually crit. It's actually a really nice micro time save. Fort. I kind of... Okay. Crank's onto something for kind of the right/wrong reasons. Obviously, you blind here for 10 obby reasons, because it's 15 obby, and you can just mine 5. However, you should have definitely cleared this fire at the very least. Like, I get that... like, you're gonna be here for, what is it, like, at least a minute, I think, with all of the obby that you have to mine. I can't remember. But you should still definitely clear this fire out for spawn reasons. And also just probably the spawner. You have a gold pick, so... There's an argument to be made for sending it here. 4i, let's go. Can't tell how many pearls you have. If you only have 14, yikes, but yeah. I also think that there could be an argument. Well, never mind. You only have 14 pearls. Thought about it out loud. Learn how to P-crit as well. Punish crit. Basically, there's a small amount of time where a blaze or really anything hits you that you're falling, where you can crit. It's a timing thing. That seemed risky to me. $236, $146. Oh, it's right here anyway. Oh. Unfortunate. Get more consistent with portals and or calm yourself down. Have we talked about nerves or anything here? I literally can't remember. If we haven't talked about nerves, we can do that at some other point. Also, Motto's right. You don't need to portal break here. Because the only thing that the portal blocks fuck with preemptive is like if you highlight them, and if it's against the wall like this, just don't look at the portal. Also, there's an easy way to tell that this is starter for future reference. So if you go back to the F3 menu, like right here, if you look like where you'd be blocked off, like where the portal's blocking off, where the doorway or the door is, would be 4, which is the center of the like spiral staircase. Generally speaking, if you have a or like a chunk coordinate of 4, and a spiral staircase, that's probably going to be your starter staircase, by the way. So that's just a really easy check that you can do to pretty much just find out that you're at starter. Also, since this is at Y26, you know that this is a pretty shallow stronghold. So this literally can't go down for tons and tons of time. Huge spot with the particles. You could set up list this for sure. Is that a standard inventory slot for your gold pick? If so, that's huge. Uh-oh. Eat something. Don't you have more pearls? Am I crazy? No. No, you don't. Damn. Unfortunate. Early first bet, I think. Late second, or late third. Yeah. Let's see here. I think overall, like, I think a 140 enter is totally fine. Oh, for sub 10 paces and stuff. Yeah, like a 140 enter is totally fine. I think that your Bastion enter is like... It took you about a minute to do. It's sub 3. I still think that this is fine. When do you get to the fort? I know that it's bridge, but you also took like 2.5 minutes to get there, so you need to clean up the bridge route for sure. And I think a lot of that was the Hogland stuff. .545 fort, pretty good. Definitely not a guaranteed sub 10 anymore. I think that you just lost too much time in your Bastion. However, if you're blinding really sub 7, like that gives you like a 3-minute end game, which I think is totally possible given like a lot of paces, right? So you just need to modify your paces from here. Like, I think if you're getting here sub 530, you're on great pace, because a fort split generally doesn't need to take more than 1.5 minutes, maybe 2. But even then, if you're here at like 5:30ish, 7:30, 2.5 minute endgame, not unheard of, pretty common actually. So definitely just like think about pacing a lot for your sub 10-minute runs. Yeah, I think that's my feedback.